There's so much fun you can have with your kids, so much you can accomplish with kids in tow. Kids do not have to be a limiter to us feeling like we're having an awesome, productive life. It is so possible for you to be living a very fulfilling life at home. So let's get more done in less time. Is that possible? I totally believe it is. I know it is. And I can tell you that I used to be the biggest time waster, the biggest procrastinator you ever saw. I literally failed 2 classes in college because I struggled with procrastination so very much. I was the person that was just waiting till the very last second to do everything. And life kicked me in the pants so many times that I finally had to realize, no, there is a better way. There's a more disciplined way. Discipline gives so much freedom in life. And so let's talk about how to get more done as a mom with less time. You are going to be so glad you watched this video because guys, I am paying so much dumb tax for you with all of my painful mistakes that I cannot wait to share these very small but very powerful shifts that you can make in your life as a mom today. Hey, my name is Lana. This is Girl Teach Me. This whole channel is here to help you be a more disciplined, more intentional mama. And I say it in almost all of my videos, but if you're pregnant, I have a free class down below. I have had 6 natural births and they've gone very well, but only, I'm telling you guys, by the kindness of the Lord, but also because of some things I learned at the very, very beginning that I want to impart to you through this free class. Some key decisions you may not even know that you can make to set yourself up for a better birth experience. Don't leave it up to chance. I'm telling you, it's way too important to leave it up to chance. So let me spare you also some pain in this arena too. And if you're pregnant, check out that free class. Okay, so I want to start you off with this thought. A reasonable amount of time is enough time. Do we ever think that, or is it more often that we're likely to think, I just don't have enough time? I don't have enough time. And we kind of feel trapped by that. We feel captive by that thought. We feel captive because it's a self-sabotaging thought that is a limiting belief, and it's not true. God has given us all time. It is a gift from Him. It is not promised, but a reasonable amount of it is enough time to get a job done. And I'm going to share with you a couple of things that may be keeping you from getting what you need to done in a reasonable amount of time, and just how to get more done in that time. First of all, it's important to recognize from the very, very beginning, there is nobody to blame for our wasting of time but ourselves. If we can start right there, we will be so free, because as long as we're passing the blame to our husband, to our kids, to other people, we are not in the game. Like, we're just not even in the game. We're just passing it right off to somebody else, and they're to blame, and we're helpless to all of their bad decisions. I am telling you, if we can just blame ourselves from the get-go, that I have not used my time as wisely as I ought to have in the past, and I am now eating the fruit of those decisions, it unlocks everything. And today I can use the power to choose to manage my time more wisely. Unlocks so many things, friends, I'm telling you. And also, for me, I'm a Christian, so I'm trying to give God a good return on my time. He has given me health, He has given me time, He has given me a family, and I want to give Him a good return. That's called being a steward, really. All the time we have is His. All the health we have is His. Our children are His. Our home is His. And God's just entrusting us, if we're a Christian, to give a good return on that. And that's my goal. That's my goal. So that's the way I'm looking at all of this as we're talking about it. Number one thing, especially in the day and age that we live in, is to create before we consume. Create before we consume. Lana, I'm just trying to get the dishes done. I'm just trying to get dinner on the table. I'm just trying to get laundry done. Let me just tell you, I think God has made us to create before we consume. I think that God is a creator, and there's just an artist inside of us. And so what this looks like for me is to see homemaking as an art, to see it as the life-giving thing that I am trying to create. I'm trying to create a home that has a peaceful environment that is life-giving. And that's a part of creating. But if I am sitting down to my phone or to my computer, or I'm listening to a podcast, I'm getting other people's thoughts and ideas, and I'm just consuming. And I think it dulls our ability to create. And so if I'm trying to be productive and I'm trying to get more done in less time, my goal every day is to create before I consume. This looks like, for me, actually just journaling a little bit. Creating, it's me going on a walk. It's me making sure that I'm writing a little bit on my blog before I'm ever listening to somebody else's YouTube video or podcast. So if I'm trying to get things done, creating before I consume. The next thing is quick daily disciplines. If I'm trying to get more done in less time, having some small disciplined things that I may not quote unquote feel like I have time for is actually going to give me a fair amount of momentum through the day. This is very much like when you're trying to start a fire and you put kindling and starter underneath logs. The logs are what we're trying to burn that day, but my daily disciplines are the kindling and the starter underneath those logs. So I may not feel like I have time to go for a walk today, but I'm telling you, I will accomplish far more in my day if I go on my walk. I may not feel like I have time to read the word. I will accomplish so much more if I can get in contact with the word that morning. I may not feel like I have time to journal, but unpacking all of my thoughts, brain dumping them into the journal, praying that way, just all that stuff is going to clear my brain out so that I can think clearly and get all that toxic stuff out of my head. I'm going to get more done that way. So, quick daily disciplines. I'm not going to tell you what your daily disciplines are. Just thinking about a couple of small actions you can do that can help you become the woman that you long to be. Those are great daily disciplines. I say start small and build from there. Small disciplines will create more discipline. The next thing is a 10-minute timer, busting a move, because the hardest part is getting started. So if there is something we do not want to do, like legit, we are just avoiding it like the plague. There is a mountain of laundry because, we had the flu last week and we're trying to dig ourselves out of a hole. Not saying we have to do the whole mountain of laundry. I'm just going to go do a doable portion of 10 minutes. I'm just going to get started. And usually that 10-minute timer will come and go and we'll just keep doing laundry. We'll just feel good about it. We'll be in the groove. We would have gone down there and separated everything into piles and, we're just moving and grooving. But at the end of that 10 minutes, if we don't feel like doing any more, it's totally fine to walk away and do something different. You will feel so good because you have gotten laundry going. I say a 10-minute timer because we usually are lacking urgency to do the right next thing. And we're usually feeling this desire, this temptation to procrastinate, which is to put off till tomorrow what ought to be done today. Tomorrow will have its own troubles. So we don't want to add the troubles of today to the troubles of tomorrow. So setting a 10-minute timer for a couple of things that we're definitely just feeling some friction on is going to give us a little bit of urgency to get as much as we can do done in those 10 minutes on something that is just something that feels a little bit like walking through mud, and voila, we will be moving. So I want to pause real quick. Tell me down below, how do you feel like you end up somehow not getting a lot done in a small amount of time? Where do you think your hang up is? Or tell me, what is one little hack that I haven't even named yet that can help other mamas get more done in less time? If you've got some tricks up your sleeve, I want you to share them down below for all the mamas who stop by. The next thing is limiting interruptions and drains on our time and drains on our energy. And those interruptions are probably going to be just people who have demands for our time that feel stronger than our own. But it also could be the TV that's on. It could also be the temptation to scroll or check our phone a million times a day. Like, we cannot imagine what our phones could be costing us. It's not just the cost of the $1,000 iPhone. It's also the cost of the peace in our home, the productivity in our home, the relationship with our kids or our husbands, but also like opportunity cost for so many other things that we could be growing in skills because of that distraction with our phones. But also draining people. Draining people can really be a reason why we're not getting a lot done. Somebody who's just like a negative influence on our life, or somebody who's gossipy, or somebody who's constantly sharing conspiracy theories that make us worried and kind of debilitating in thought. Those kind of people we probably just need to keep at arm's length, because they are probably just putting a mental toll on us that's making it harder to do the basic things of life. So let's recap, because it's so easy to forget. Creating before we consume can be a great way to just feel really good about our day. When we create, it's so life-giving. We're going to be able to look back on what we created. Maybe it's painting a dresser. Maybe it's actually sitting down and doing some art, like doing some watercolor. Maybe it's writing. Maybe it's working on your blog or that passion project you have. Maybe it's sitting down with your child and making a loaf of bread, like creating before we consume. Quick daily disciplines. I'd love to hear a daily discipline down below that you want to add to your life, but some really, really simple ones. Honestly, the easier, the better. We want to make it as frictionless as possible to get going. So just starting small is so powerful. A 10-minute timer for the things that we do not want to do, busting a move, getting going, making it a little fun too. If we're really struggling, great music, a good podcast, a good audiobook, those are great things that are a little less distracting, but also can help us get that 10-minute timer done. Limiting distractions, so our phone, putting it away if it's distracting us, limiting draining people from our lives, just backing them up out of our lives a little bit if they are constantly putting a drain on us. And ultimately just remembering that a reasonable amount of time is enough time to make progress on becoming the woman that we long to be. If we constantly feel like we don't have enough time, we may be trying to do too much, which I highly suggest thinking about setting a big 3. That's been very helpful for me. I set a big 3 at the beginning of every week with my husband. We sit down and do a couples meeting. I'll leave a guide down below. That's like the Excel sheet we walk through, but we try to plan our week before we get going, and then we try to set a big 3 for the day in the morning and kind of look at what I'm trying to get accomplished, and just doing my daily disciplines and trying to make progress on that big 3 has been very, very helpful to me. Tell me down below what's going to be your action step. If you're just here listening, then you're just being entertained, and I want so much more from you than just entertainment. I want to help you see your life change and to get excited about your life again, to not just feel like we're waking up and we have to get just through the day. I'd love for you to feel like you're getting something from the day, even as a busy mom at home. It is so possible for you to be living a very fulfilling life at home, to realize you're a free bird if you're with your kids, and there's so much fun you can have with your kids, so much you can accomplish with kids in tow. Kids do not have to be a limiter to us feeling like we're having an awesome, productive life. Not at all. Kids are always a blessing. So just getting out of that mindset that our kids are somehow holding us back from the life that we long to have. God has given us our kids for a reason. So I just say all that to say it is possible to be a productive mama and feel good about how you're using your time at home. And I'll see you again in the next video.
It's so unnecessary dwelling about the past, 'cause I know that God is good. He led me to where I'm at. Sometimes I feel like giving up, you're giving in, but everything happens for a reason. It won't always be blue skies ahead. Sometimes you might need a helping hand, just like iron sharpens iron, making me stronger, calling me higher. When we come together, just like iron sharpens iron, making us stronger, calling us higher. When we're helping each other, we're growing together.